All right, class, we are going to put our words in our notebook. So get your notebook ready. Have your practice paper with you, but turn it over from what you were doing today. So remember, I always say you can do it on your practice paper first, but I want to make sure we're getting another practice in instead of just looking at what we had before and writing it. Because I want us to to know these words, have them in our long-term memory, so we always know how to spell them, and that will help us with our quiz and tests, of course. All right, so have your notebook near you, your practice paper turned over so you get another practice. And before we start, I'm going to use one of our words in a sentence and we're going to figure out which part of speech it is. Remember, what are our parts of speech? All right, great job if you said noun or verb, right? That helps us get started, right? A noun and a verb. Those are the first parts of speech we learned about last year. Then we also learned about the word that describes a noun, like our numbers and our colors, and those are called adjectives. Say that with me, adjectives. Good. And we talked a little bit about adverbs, and those add information to our verb. So it says how someone did something, quickly, slowly, those kinds of things. All right, so we're not confused. Sometimes I like to limit it. So this word, let's just figure out if it's a noun or a verb. So a noun is what? Good, a person, place, or thing, and a verb is an action. All right, so the word is take, right? Do not take my pencil, take. All right, let's see, is take a noun? Let's see, that would mean it's a person, place, or thing. Well, is take a person? How about a place? No. How about a thing? No. All right, take is not a noun. Let's see, is it an action? That would mean you can say I can and then the word. Let's try that. So say that with me, I can take. Does that make sense? It does, so that's something you can do, it's an action. So take is a what part of speech? Very good, take is a verb. Let's go to our verbs page, which is 16. So pause the video until you get there. Right, these are our verbs. So far we only have meet and kick. So let's add take. What do we write to spell take, class? Good. Since this is a, we know that we need silent final E job 1. And that means we're going to use which k? Good. Line letter k. Write take. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, and after you've written it, go ahead and mark it, start at the beginning so you mark everything. All right, class, what did you write to spell take? Good. A, which k? Good, line letter k. And good, silent final E job 1. Then we go back to the beginning, mark the whole job. All right, nice job. Now to make take past tense, that just means it happened any time in the past. It could have been 5 seconds or 1,000 years ago. To put it in the past tense, do we use edit? I hope you're saying no, because take isn't a word. All right, instead, we learned our past tense of take. What was that? Good, took. Took is our past tense of take. Since we do not use edit past tense ending, that means take is an irregular verb. All right, regular verbs use edit. Irregular verbs don't. So take is a what kind of verb? Good, irregular. We have a page for those. Turn to page 19. All right, so here we are on page 19. We're going to need to be paying attention so we get things in the right column. So the first column is our present tense. That was the word we just wrote, take. All right, so go ahead and write take in the first column. Say the sounds while you write them, and then mark it. All right, class, what did you write here in this first column on your first free line? Good, take. Okay. Which k is it? Good, line, letter k, and silent final E, job one, and then we need to go and mark everything, of course, starting at the beginning. All right, our past tense is what? Good, took. So the past tense is the third column, right? Our third column. So find the third column. It says past up here at the top and come down to the line. Remember, we want take, and then it's past tense. They're all going to be on the same line going across. So make sure your took is going to go on this line. Okay, I'll go ahead and circle it so we don't lose our place. You don't need to do that. That's just to help you. So what do we write to spell took? Good. Which is it? Good. U. And which k? Good. Line letter k. Go ahead and write that. If you're not sure, do it on your practice paper first. All right, class, what did you write to spell took? Good. Good. Which Good. U. And which k? Good. Line letter k. All right. And what do we need to mark, class? Good. U. Show me how we mark it. All right, I hope you remembered both of these things, or if you weren't sure, you went through the two sounds to make sure. All right, just as an extra challenge, I want you to think about what we would have to do to our base word take to put it in the second column where we have our it would be taking, is taking. This has a silent final E. What would we need to do to that before we add our vowel suffix ing? We would need to drop it. All right, we don't have to write that. I just wanted to give you a little challenge to think about. All right, our next word is problem. How do we say it to spell it? Very good, problem. We're just going to do this on our practice paper because there's not a good space for it right now in our notebook. All right, so problem, what's the first syllable? Good, prob. Write that. Make sure you say the sounds while you write them so you get all the sounds. And what's the second syllable? Good, lem. Write that and say it while you write it. All right, help me out, class. What's the first syllable in the word you just wrote? Oh, good, prob. Good, and what's next? The next syllable? Good, lem. All right, then all I would need is my thinking cap. Do I need one in the first syllable? Prob, no. All right, this we say lem. To spell it, we say lum when we're speaking. So is this getting our thinking cap? No. How about this? Good, our E is the one that gets our thinking cap. So one more time, how do we say this word to spell it? Good, problem. All right. All right, our next word is tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right, I'm just realizing sometimes we say it a little incorrectly. We say tomorrow. We want to make sure we say tomorrow to spell it. So when we do it, well, I might have us give it another thinking cap. All right, tomorrow. All right, our first syllable is what? Good, to, and which oo are we using? Good, ah, o, oo, right, that first syllable. The second syllable is mar, ah, r, right, that second syllable, mar. All right, the third syllable is row. Which O do we use? Good, ow, O, right, that third syllable. All right. All right, class, what's our first syllable in tomorrow? Good, to, and which oo do I use? Good, ah, o, oo. What's the next syllable? Good, mar. What's the next syllable? Good, row. And which O do I use? Good, ow, O. All right, let's mark it. Good, this needs a 3. How about this? Good, double underline. How about this? This needs both this and this because it's saying its second sound, ow, O. All right, how do we say this word to spell it, class? Good, tomorrow. All right, I'll make sure I say tomorrow in the spelling quiz. If you say tomorrow, of course, what would we need to do here? Good, thinking cap, tomorrow, though. We'll make sure we say that. All right, I'm going to use tomorrow in a sentence. We'll figure out which part of speech tomorrow is. All right, I will run tomorrow. Let's see, tomorrow. So in that sentence, I will run tomorrow. Tomorrow was adding information to our verb. What was our verb? All right, great job if you said run. Run would be our verb in that sentence. I will run tomorrow. All right, so we're going to go to our adverbs page, which is 29. 29. So remember, we've got our list of questions that our adverbs answer, and one of them is when. So if you say, I will run tomorrow, our adverb tomorrow is answering the question when. When will you run? Tomorrow. All right, so we're going to put it on our next free line on our adverbs page. What are the 3 syllables in this word? What's the first one? Good, to. What's next? Good, mar. And last? Good, row. Go ahead and write those sounds. Say them while you write them. And then mark it when you're finished. All right, if you're not finished, pause the video. Class, what's the first syllable? Good, to. And which oo is it? Good, ah, o, oo. What's next? Good, mar. Good, and finally, good, row. Which O do we use? Excellent, ow, O. All right, so start at the beginning so you get everything. All right, tomorrow. Nice job. All right, class. Our next word, we also don't yet have a good place to put it in our notebook. So first let's go over how we say it to spell it. The word is along. How do we say it to spell it, class? Good, along, along. What's the first syllable? Good, A. And the second syllable? Good, long. Go ahead and write those. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, what's the first syllable in the word along? Good, A. What kind of syllable is that? Good, an open syllable. And the second syllable? Good, long. Oops. Right. See, even if I try and go out of order, I mix it up. Or I get it wrong. So we go back to the beginning and mark everything along. All right, and actually, since we see this so often, we're gonna start trying to recognize it without that thinking cap. All right. So what's our word? Good, along. All right, the last word, glass. Class, which rule do we use at the end of glass? All right, great job if you said our floss rule. Remember, and we call it floss because the letters that we often double are what? Good, F, L, and S. Say the rule with me. We often double F, L, or S after a single vowel at the end of a one-syllable word. So we call it floss because if we put a vowel in these letters, we would have the word floss. All right, and also floss has our floss rule at the end. All right, so go ahead and write glass. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, what did you write to spell glass? Good. All right, nice work, class. I'll see you in the next video.